Hi guys, it's me again. This is my second video for today. I wanted to let you know of a couple other things that I've been learning in my Japanese class. One thing that was very interesting is that they have these things called counters, which are different ways to count different things. There was one kind that I was familiar with, which was the way that you would count flat items, like clothes that are folded up, or a ticket, or a newspaper, stuff like that. And that's the way I thought that everything was counted, which was, whoa, I was mistaken. Um, so I guess I'll let you know those first. I'm going to be looking at a cheat sheet because I'm still kind of learning this myself, but I wanted to share it with you anyway. For things that are flat, which again would be t-shirts, or papers, or newspapers, or tickets, or anything that's flat, anything. If you want one thing, it would be, you remember the word for one in Japanese? It's ichi. Ichi. So, one thing, one flat thing, would be ichimai. 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 Alright, so mai attached to ichi. Be one flat thing. And then it just goes down the line. This is actually the easiest one because it just goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, just add a mai after it. So one would be ichimai, two would be nimai, sanmai, yonmai, gomai, rokumai, nanamai, hachimai, kyuumai, juumai, and if you want to ask like how many flat things, it would be nanmai. So nanmai desu ka? How many of these flat things? Nanmai desu ka? So nan and mai. Usually nan is used to ask about most things. Like if you want to know what that thing is over there, you would say kore wa nan desu ka? Kore wa nan desu ka? And if you want to ask for someone's phone number, if you want to ask what's the number, nanban desu ka? Nanban desu ka? Nanban. The nan, I just told you what the nan is. So ban is actually shortened for the word for number, which is bango. Bango. So they changed it to ban. So nanban. What number? Nanban. Okay. So that was how you count flat things. Then there's a whole bunch of things. Ways to count vehicles, ways to count books and things like that. Clothing items, long things, which some of the long things aren't even that long. Like a pencil is like thin and long. A wine bottle or a beer bottle, an umbrella, anything that's long and thin, I guess. Bananas also count. Then there's also animals or pets. There's people. And then there's most foods. Food, water, apples, things like that. I guess they can't be things that are long and thin, because if they were, they'd be in a different category. Because a banana is in that other long and thin category, so I guess doesn't go into the foods category. It's a little confusing. I'll tell you a couple more categories that are more common. For the miscellaneous bunch of things, like mostly food, apples, eggs, rice, water, things like that. So say you're in a restaurant and you're ordering something, you would probably use this, unless it's a long, thin thing. Anyway, so one would be hitotsu. Hitotsu. Now again, I'll spell all these out in Romaji down in the description, so you could see how it looks. You could spell it out. Two is futtatsu. Futtatsu. 3 is mittsu. Mittsu. 4 is yotsu. Yotsu. 5 is ittsu. Ittsu. 6 is muttsu. Now this is similar to 3. 3 is mittsu. 6 is muttsu. M-I-M-U. Muttsu. Okay. 7 is nanatsu. See, that's the same as regular 7. Nana. This has a su at the end of it. Nanatsu. 8 is yattsu. Yattsu. 9. Kotonotsu. Kotonotsu. 10 is to. To. Now you have to make sure to pronounce, the O sound, because when you're ordering something, the word for and is to. So if you're ordering something, I want 3 apples and 2 eggs, you would be like, mittsu ringo to yotsu tamago. Now if you were to say, I want 2 apples, 3 eggs, and 10 waters, just say you need 10 waters, it would be, no, actually, no, mix it up a little. You want 2 apples, 10 waters, and 3 eggs, okay? So, 2 apples is futtatsu ringo to, so and, 10 waters, to mizu, and to, 3 eggs, mittsu tamago. So you see that there's a to for and to is for 10. So you have to make sure you pronounce it, or else the sentence won't really make any sense. It'll sound like you're saying, I want 2 apples and water and 3 eggs. So you have to make sure to pronounce it, because and to is T-O, and to 10 items are T-O-O. So just make sure you pronounce the to. Okay, and if you wanted to ask how many of these kind of things, it's ikutsu. Ikutsu. So you would say, ikutsu desu ka? Ikutsu desu ka? Okay. And I'll do one more bunch that are common, which I guess would be people. Yeah. Alright, so for the people, 1 is hittori. Hittori. 2, futtari. Futtari. 3, sannin. Sannin. 4, yonnin. Yonnin. 5, gonin. Gonin. So see, this is kind of following a pattern. Aside from the first 2, 3, 4, and 5 are san, yon, and go. So 6, rokunin. Rokunin. See, that one has a 6. 7, it can be either nananin or shichinin, which are both mean 7. So that one's still pretty straightforward. 8 is also hachinin. Hachinin. 9, kyuunin. Kyuunin. And 10 is juunin. Juunin. So all of these are pretty straightforward. 3 through 10 are all regular, like the regular numbers. But 1 and 2 are different. Hittori and futtari. Okay? And then if you want to ask how many of these persons, nannin. Nannin desu ka? Nannin desu ka? Okay, and there's a bunch of others, but it'll make this video way too long, so I'm going to stop it here. And remember, I'm going to write all of this stuff down in Romaji, down in the description below, so you could see what I've been saying and know how they're spelled. And thank you very, very much for watching. And like and subscribe and comment if you would like to. I would really appreciate it. Also, I hope that you guys are learning with my videos. And I may be making another video too today, so stay tuned. And thank you very much. Also, be sure to like my Facebook page if you're on